Welcome to Pharaohcast, the official podcast of Pharaoh Fitness, where we build warriors, kings, and leaders both in and out of the gym. I'm your host, John Martin, founder of Pharaoh Fitness. Every month, we sit down with athletes, coaches, and fitness professionals to dive into their stories, their struggles, and the strategies that shaped their success. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, and like on all social media platforms. Links are in the description. Rolling?
We are rolling, sir.
Speed.
We are indeed. Hold on. Just say hello. Get it on your calendar.
Hello,
We're going
hello.
to start it up.
Hello. Okay. Jordan, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us.
Yes, I'm very busy.
You are so
welcome.
busy. You are so hard to get a hold of. But thank you for, joining us. How's your day been?
It's been great. I trained clients this morning. I took my dog to the dog park because I'm a good mother.
Ooh.
And now I'm here.
Yeah, it's beautiful outside. So, that's awesome. Okay, so Jordan, I want to give everybody a little bit of background about how we met.
Yes.
So I had met you at Crunch Fitness,
Yes.
but the gym community is such a tight-knit group on social media.
Yes.
I'd seen you on social media. I think you were following me at the time. I apologize, I didn't follow you back.
Yeah,
But
rude.
It was so rude. But we kind of knew about each other just through social media
Yes.
presence.
Yes.
And so I'd recognized your face, and I was thinking to myself, hey, she looks very familiar from social media.
We're going to put that back
We'll
up.
have to. Do we need to adjust this?
Mine's not liking me. I ain't his type.
Oh yeah, we'll have to cut this part out.
Why is it going like
I think we should keep it in.
We need some Viagra for this thing. We need some Cialis. This is
Yeah.
serious problems. This is what steroids do.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
maybe it's
No,
secondhand
this is
smoke
what
from my
Deca does.
pen. Ah,
Yeah.
facts.
Yeah.
Diabetes will do the same fucking thing. Boy, you gotta reverse that shit.
Yeah.
I think we'll be all right.
Okay, I'm not going to touch it.
Okay, so and we'll pick back up.
That's why. Never mind.
So thank you, Tom, for fixing that. So we kind of knew about each other.
Yes.
And then, I, wanted to bring you onto our podcast because, you were very interesting. We talked a little bit about like your background, where you came from, your parents, what fitness means to you. And so, Jordan, you grew up around fitness with both of your parents being in the industry. Did you feel like fitness was something you have chosen for yourself, or was that something you were born into?
It definitely was something I chose for myself, but it took time. I didn't care about fitness at all as a kid. I didn't even really understand what fitness was or have my own perspective on it until I was about 17. And I started going through anxiety and depression, like really bad fucking panic attacks, anxiety attacks 24/7. And I tried medication at the time, and I didn't do the right stuff. And I didn't pursue it enough with my doctor, as they didn't me either. So my dad was just like, when in doubt, go to the gym. Why don't you start coming with me? And I did. And within the first 2 weeks, my panic attacks had stopped. And, it was just a game changer for me.
Wow. I've always heard, like exercise and laughter is the best medicine, right?
Yeah.
So no, that's really excellent. So with like your dad being Mr. Texas and your mom being a dance instructor, was there ever a time that you wanted to rebel against fitness since it was always in your house?
The only time I rebelled against fitness was probably when I was in middle school. I was in the 5th and 6th grade and 7th grade. I didn't want to do anything. And like my dad, he was bullied really bad as a kid, which is what made him want to be a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
So he was always so nervous about me and my sisters getting bullied. And he was like, I don't want y'all to be overweight. I don't want y'all to get bullied or made fun of. Like, we're going to go, to the park after school today, and we're going to walk or run a couple laps together. But he did it because he didn't want us being bullied. And I think during that time, I didn't enjoy it because I didn't understand. And then once I hit 8th grade, I was like, oh, I get it now.
So you were like in the beginning, were you like, oh, Dad's just dragging us
Yeah.
along to do these walks
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever, just
Yeah.
because
I
and
was
you
like, he's saying we look bad, which as a female, we always think that. Like, if you guys ever
Right.
tell us we look good, we don't believe y'all.
Yeah.
But I didn't really understand his love behind it until I hit the 8th grade and my body started changing.
Yeah, absolutely. What is something about fitness that your parents have taught you that still influences the way you coach today?
I would say the main thing they've taught me is it's not even honestly related to fitness. It's about just loving people. So, like, a lot of what I do as a trainer is really I try more to build a relationship with my clients than focus on their goals. We focus on their goals, but we do that through learning each other. And so, my parents just always were very loving to anyone in the gym. And, everyone was our brother and sister. That's what we were told. And so, they're just like, if you see like-minded people like that, show them love. If you don't, then still show them love,
And that's why I love the gym community so much, is because a lot of people on the outside look at the gym and think, it's very like intimidating.
Mhm.
It's full of very beautiful people. I don't belong there.
Mhm.
But in all actuality, those people are some of the most caring, kind, loving people that,
Yeah, definitely. There's some cases where it's not.
Right.
And then there's some
Oh,
cases where it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
But the majority of the time, the meanest looking ones are the really nice ones,
Right.
They
The
really
biggest,
are.
scariest guys, are
and they're probably the most insecure too.
big teddy bears,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I've met a couple of guys like that, and they're just sweethearts.
Yeah.
Love them absolutely. Jordan, we talked a little bit on the phone, and something very interesting about you is you specialize in corrective exercise
Mhm.
because you are a personal trainer and your specialty is corrective exercise. What made you want to choose that specialization instead of rather like a general like weight loss
Yeah.
or bodybuilding certification?
Just because it's something that not a lot of trainers focus on, it's different. I have to be different. I'm a Libra. I can't be
I'm
like
a Libra
everybody.
too.
That's why we get along.
October
Anyway,
15th.
October
Woo!
21st.
What's up? Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
Anyways, but just because it's different and not a lot of people focus nowadays, at least, on quality of life and quality of movement in life.
Yeah.
And so many people are caught up in the way that they look, the supplements they should be taking, just like the very narrow-minded stuff, instead of realizing, like, holy crap, I can't get off the floor to play with my grandkid. Like,
Yeah.
some dude might have muscles that are 32 inches,
Yeah.
but can he be functional?
No.
Like, is that healthy long-term wise? Like,
Mm-mm.
is he going to be happy and comfortable sitting in a car ride for 7 hours to the beach with his
Right.
kids?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, like, I feel like people need to remember these little things in life that we take for granted before it's too late. Like, I firmly
Absolutely.
believe if you stay on your shit, you can feel 31 when you're 61.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So like I have a desk job, and so I spend a lot of my time just sitting at a desk, right? And after a while that hurts your lower back.
Mhm.
And so I had to kind of branch into some more of like this corrective exercise. And they say if you sit in this squatting bowl position for a few minutes every day,
Yeah.
it'll relieve like pressure off your
Yeah.
lower back, and it's really good for like your hips. And I
Yeah.
started doing that, and I just noticed my knees,
Yeah.
my hips, my lower back were feeling so much better.
Yeah.
And
Well, and
yeah.
it just changes your mindset too. So, like, when you train for functionality and flexibility and stability, you're thinking differently versus when you're lifting weights. Not that lifting weights isn't good, it's essential. But when you're lifting weights, half the time you're thinking a little bit more egotistically.
Yep.
When you take time to perfect a movement and focus on the functionality of it,
Yeah.
engagement of it,
Yeah.
how well you're doing it,
Yeah.
that puts you in a totally different mindset.
Yeah.
Which is what more people need to be in the mindset of. I feel like we're all way too caught up in ourselves,
Yeah.
and we're way too shallow, and it's because we're thinking about all the shallow things. We're
Oh,
not
yeah.
thinking deeper.
The aesthetics, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I want
Mhm.
bigger arms. I want bigger,
Mhm.
rather than, well, wouldn't you like to, get out of bed or tie your shoes?
Yes, like that's a huge
easier?
accomplishment.
Yeah, like yeah.
Everyone that I train, I always make them do every single week sit-ups, push-ups and body weight squats as low as they can go.
Yeah.
And you'd be shocked at how many people are like, holy shit, I can't sit
tough.
up. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah. Would you have known?
Yeah.
It's just, but like, that's essential to me. Like, you need to stay being able to do that.
Yeah.
Truly.
Well, okay, so that brings me to my next question. What is like the most common movement issue or mobility issue that you've seen in your clients?
So when you're studying corrective exercise, one of the things you're taught is to notice imbalances. So the way people walk, the way they hold themselves up. So like when people walk, if they walk with their toes out, I immediately know their calves are tight, their hip flexors are shortened,
Yeah.
their hips are tight. And if they walk with them turned in, they have weak inner thighs, overactive piriformis more than likely, And so you just notice these little things about people's bodies and how they move. And you're like, I can fix that. But a lot of those things are all connected. So people that have back issues, it's not actually their back. It's their tight glutes or their tight IT band. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So honestly, though, the probably most common one is people's hips. Probably.
So it's funny you say that because like I always tell people like my knees hurt, right?
Mhm.
And I know what it is because it's been going on for years. It's not that I have bad knees. I tore hamstrings
Yep.
in the past
Yep.
and just let them heal
Yep.
and just motored through it. And now like, I mean, I don't like to stretch. I never did.
Mhm.
But my kneecaps get pulled in.
Yeah.
So that's why they hurt at times. And if I do
Exactly.
stretch, they loosen up.
Exactly.
And it's just like I feel like there's no permanent fix for it, and it's almost like I'd rather deal with the shoulder pain than actually do hamstring stretches.
That's why people hire trainers, because we make you do that stuff.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
it's preventative health care. I
Yeah.
tell everyone, I'm like, y'all are fine with investing into, bottles in Nashville on the weekends, spending hundreds of dollars, but you can't justify hiring a personal trainer.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
all about priorities.
Right. Yeah. Like one of these, big time fitness influencers on Instagram, Tanner Shuck, would always say, like a personal trainer is arguably more important than a doctor because of the preventative measures.
Listen, I'm a whole ass doctor, therapist, personal trainer, best friend, and psych coach. I do all the
exactly.
hats.
You wear many hats. Exactly.
Yes.
So Jordan, that kind of brings me to my next question. What is a client transformation that stands out in your mind that wasn't so much about weight loss,
Yeah.
but was maybe you helped them, with their knee problem or back problem or something? What was your biggest transformation with one of your clients?
That one's tough because I have two that I really think are really powerful.
Yeah.
So the one that I'm going to speak about right now is one of my newer clients. I've worked with her for maybe 4 months now.
Yeah.
And she actually came to me right after she had got done with her last treatment for cancer. She had, I think, ovarian cancer. And she was like, I have not done anything for myself. I have been depressed. I, have thought about moving out. I don't, know how to be a mom. I don't know how to be a wife. And I just don't know who I am.
Yeah.
And she was like, all I know is I like your vibes. I like the way you talk. And I need to invest into myself. And I'm weak and I don't know what to do. And so she just like totally surrendered to the program, which I think is always really cool.
Yeah.
And we're on month 4 now with her, and the amount of confidence that she has compared to the day that I met her when she walked into my place, just the light go up in her eyes, and she's put on probably 10 pounds of muscle. She's happy. She got involved in marriage counseling. She even brings her kids now to her sessions. It's just beautiful to see. You don't realize how much a good influence can be in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not perfect by any means, but I know how to support my people.
Oh, I know. Doesn't that warm your heart?
Yeah.
Like you.
Oh, yeah. I probably support them too much. Like, they could be like, yo, I think I'm robbing a bank tomorrow. I'll be like,
and you're like,
okay,
that's okay.
do you have a getaway car?
Do you need me to hide the bodies?
Yeah, exactly. I've watched Dark Knight enough that I think I would know what to do.
Yeah, you're almost too supportive.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, my goodness. You said you wanted to talk about mental health, and May is Mental Health Awareness
Snap,
Month.
That's right. Look at us go.
Right? I know. I love it when things align like that, right? So, Jordan, how does body dysmorphia and depression and the gym, what does all of that mean to you? How is all of that related, and why is all of that important to you?
Yeah. So it's actually a sensitive topic for me just because I've been hospitalized from doing stupid shit to my body because I hated the way I looked. It's actually why I don't bodybuild anymore. I love bodybuilding for the time being, and everyone doesn't have this experience. We all have different experiences with competing in bodybuilding. But with mine, it gave me severe body dysmorphia. I started feeling narcissistic. I felt like I was missing out on life. I would literally be like, you know what? I can't go to the movies with you because I can't eat popcorn. And it was fucking stupid. I was like, what the hell am I doing with my life, bro? I am missing out on these precious moments because of stepping on stage half naked and I ain't getting no money from it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, no. And so I had to step out of the bodybuilding realm because everyone around me was narcissistic. They were toxic people. They weren't even healthy. A lot of bodybuilders are not healthy. Not healthy. I've seen some shit and I'm like, so that's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? Which, like, to each their own, but it ain't for me.
No.
But anyways, so after my second competition, I just got at a really bad place mentally. I hated the way I looked. I would starve myself, then binge, then starve myself, then binge. And I got just really bad mentally one day, and I reached out to one of my bodybuilder friends and I was like, yo, I need like a good working fat burner. And he was like, all right, well, I got something for you. I think it was called DNP, and I took it. Oh my gosh. Poison Control had to admit me into the ICU. I had gotten so desperate because of the way I hated myself mentally and physically, that I took that. And after 2 days of being on it, my heart rate was 185 for 48 hours. When I got traveled by ambulance to the hospital. And when I got there, the doctor stepped in. I'll never forget it. She was a bitch. If we're not allowed to cuss on this, I'm sorry.
No, cuss.
Yeah, I'd be cussing and praying, but all at the same time. But she walked in and she was like, man, you bodybuilders just don't get it. And I was like, what's happening? And she said, whatever you took can kill you. She said, Poison Control's admitting you to ICU and we'll see how you make it. She was like, since you're in good shape, hopefully you won't have a heart attack. But that was stupid. And I mean, she just had no remorse, no sadness, no nothing
for you because
and I was like, damn. And so in that moment I was just like, I guess disappointed in myself that I couldn't have fought it and, like, you know, done everything that I coached to my clients, you know, and been like, oh, don't overthink it, you look great, you know, but we're our worst critics and we always tell everybody what to do and then we don't freaking do it, you know.
Isn't
and I'll
that
be the first to
exactly
admit it. I will.
Isn't that the old saying, those who can't do teach?
Oh shit.
And those who can't teach gym class.
Oh.
Boom. So, but yeah, and I mean, I was in the ICU for 2 or 3 days, and then I finally got to go home. But I mean, my body just like literally was detoxing for 2 weeks. I'd get hives and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
It was scary. And then you realize how sad everybody else is around you.
Now, did you take the recommended dose, or did you take
I took
too
whatever
much?
he told me to do. And I probably did take a little bit. He told me to take the pills slowly, and I was popping like 2 a day.
Was this some like backwoods stuff, or was this stuff you
It
buy at
was.
GNC?
It had
like
to have been.
ephedrine, like it's basically
But
like
on crack. Like it was a bright yellow powder and you bake it in the oven and then you put it in a capsule.
Well, that doesn't sound like Breaking Bad at all.
no, right? Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Was
That's
his
in the
name
past. She doesn't do it anymore.
Was his name Heisenberg?
Yeah. Which one are we looking?
Any of these cameras?
Yeah,
any of these cameras?
Don't do DMP, okay?
Yeah, okay,
if you
kids.
look it up, it says it will kill you. And I didn't do that before I took it.
Yes.
Also, in my defense, the guy that gave it to me was really hot and really muscular.
There
So
you go.
why would I not trust him?
Always trust hot, muscular men.
I mean, how do you know?
So I don't
Yeah.
know if I should tell you guys this, but both of you are looking at the wrong cameras.
Shit.
Oh shit!
Which one are
Right,
we
I'm supposed to look at this one. We got the wide one.
That's your camera. That's your camera
Okay.
over there.
I've been talking here the whole time.
I mean, you can cut to the wide shot; it'll work.
Yeah.
Or you want to do it all again?
Yeah,
Bless.
we'll figure out which angle works best. Okay,
Everything's
no, that's
fine.
too funny. No, you're exactly right. Like mental health and physical health are all very tied closely together. And, you know, a lot of people to get over whatever mental health they have, they need to get physical health in place, right? They need to start going to the gym. So my next question for you, Jordan, would be, what do you tell someone who is anxious or insecure, too worried about themselves to go to the gym to
Yeah.
start? You know?
Honestly, and this is exactly what I tell everybody. I say that's why you need a trainer. And this is what I tell every single client that I sign on. I'm like, listen, as soon as you step foot in that gym, I'm your new bestie. I'm your new freaking Superman.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna touch you when I'm next to you. Ain't nobody gonna talk shit when I'm next to you.
Yeah.
Like, I got you. This hour that you have me, like, you're good. You
Yeah.
don't have anything to worry about. But, you know, being a trainer, that's what one of my main focuses is for my clients, outside of helping them with their goals, is them feeling comfortable.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And so, like,
Because sometimes I don't like to say it, but I also do, because you don't want to feel like you're giving up. But sometimes doing it by yourself isn't going to work. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. It's
100%.
okay to ask for help, and more people should do it. Like,
100%.
it's fine. The best people have coaches. Coaches have coaches.
Oh, yes.
You know, like, everyone needs someone like playing for them. Everyone
and to
needs
bounce
someone that's
ideas
got
off
them.
of too,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Jordan, excellent stuff. You know, that kind of brings me to my next question is, like, I know you as a trainer, you're big on mental health. Where does a trainer's job with mental health, where does that end? And then where does, like, a licensed therapist, when does that job come
I
in?
train a licensed therapist.
Right.
That's what's so funny. And, like, we talk about that all the time, because I mean, I get pretty close to a therapist.
Right.
You know, there's moments where I'm like, ooh,
I'm like, I don't know if I'm
should we
qualified
make
to give those
the
kind
proper authorities aware?
Right.
You know, but
Where
it's
do you
like,
draw
I
the
also
line?
am their safe place. I don't want them to feel like they can't. I would rather a person feel like they can tell me anything, no matter how scary, bad, or fucked up it is. So, like, I can take that on for them, because I'm a trustworthy person. I ain't gonna do you dirty. I'm a
Yeah.
Libra. I believe in fairness. It's not how I roll. So,
I
like,
believe
I
in
would
fairness,
rather
too.
a person tell me their dirty secrets so I can handle it properly
Yeah.
than it get into the wrong hands.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's a fine line. You know,
Yeah.
there's definitely moments where I'm training my clients, and that day they might not even care about their workout. They just honestly need a best friend to talk to, and I'll put that hat on and we'll worry about the workout later.
Yeah.
You know, it's tough. Life is tough right now for freaking everybody. The world sucks. We're all at a bad place. Like, you know, money is insane. So I just try, and I tell my clients the same thing. I'm like, let's not overthink this shit. Like, let's move. Let's talk. Let's leave better than we came in. And that's all we can really do.
Yeah. No, that's really important to be there for them, you know, to open up. And, you know, a lot of the times is they just want someone to talk to.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely. Absolutely. They do.
Yeah.
And it's crazy seeing and noticing the difference of that. I worked at a gym for 10 years in Lebanon.
Yeah.
And my grandparents actually worked for that gym, and my parents worked for that gym.
Wow.
Yes, and I was with them for 10 years. It was actually where I met my ex-husband. I met him there.
Okay.
And last year, in the same week, I came home one day. My ex-husband was gone. He had packed up all of his stuff, half of the apartment, and left. I didn't have a clue.
Wow.
Didn't expect it. It just happened. 2 days later, after he left, the gym that I had been at for 10 years fired me. All in the same week. And so, like, I've always had mental health issues, but, like, that week, I was like, what is my life? And, like, I don't push religion on anybody. I think you should do whatever you want to do, believe whatever you want to believe in. I'm a non-denominational Christian, and I was just like, all right, clearly I didn't listen to God, and he's taking these two things out of my life because I didn't do it my dang self.
Yeah.
And I allowed myself to cry and, like, mourn those two things for about a week. And then I started my own business. Like, I just was like, all right, I got shit I have to do. I got bills I got to pay. Like, I've got clients that don't want to switch trainers. What can I freaking do? And I just started buying little pieces of equipment and, you know, advertising myself on social media. And I just made it happen.
So you took your clients that you had with you.
Every single one.
I love it.
Every single
In your
one.
face, commercial Jim that fired Jordan.
Yeah, I'm looking at the right camera this time,
Yeah,
too.
in your face. All right, that'll teach you.
Period.
Okay, so wow. Okay, because your clients loved you so much that they said, we need Jordan.
Yeah.
And you said, okay, well, I can't go to the gym, so let me build the gym.
Let me make my own gym.
Let me make my own gym.
Yeah.
No, that is
Which is really cool. Like, I've wanted that for a long time. And don't get me wrong, the time that I was at that gym for 10 years, I did really, really love it there.
Yeah.
But towards the end, it started becoming extremely toxic. And any other trainer will know this, but they didn't want me doing anything outside of them.
No.
It was just them and all about them. And I couldn't, it was really holding me back. I couldn't blossom. And I mean, they were so controlling of every move I made.
Like your name, image, and likeness. They wanted to control you.
Every single aspect. Because I was basically the face of that gym. You know, I'd been there for 10 years. Like, I'm not even trying to front. I really was. I did everything for anybody there. And so it was really rough. You know, there was, after that split, it was rough for them and it was rough for me. But, you know, it just taught me, like, I didn't realize how badly controlled I was being and how toxic of an environment I was in. Like, I didn't realize how unhappy I was.
Yeah.
And then when my clients saw me outside of there at my place, they were like, Jordan, you are a totally different person.
You're free now.
Yeah, they were like, your attitude's improved, because I'd be nervous to just even act myself at the gym because my bosses would get on to me.
They're watching
if I was
you.
cutting up. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're getting
they'd get on to me.
You're not professional enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, though,
And they'd always hate on my fits. And I was like, listen, a trainer's job is to look cool. As petty as it sounds, it's the truth.
Oh, you got to look good, yeah.
If you look at your trainer and how they're dressed or the car that they drive, and they drive some shit Volvo or something, are you really going to hire them?
I drive a Volvo. No,
I drive a bright red Challenger, and he's handsome.
I'll be honest with you. That is sort of an observation I've made, and maybe it's super judgmental of me.
Yeah.
You know, and because I'm a work in progress, I know where I'll be and what I will look like at some point. But I see some of these trainers, and I'm kind of like, why? Like, to me, like, I like to work with John. Why? Is John has a physique that, like, I'd like to look like that. Now, I mean, and there's a path to that. And my genetics, my body can make that happen. But I see some of these trainers that, like, they don't even look like they work out.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm kind of like, you know, it's like, okay, I understand, like, those who can't teach or can't teach, but I struggle with that. Like, why does a gym say you're hired when that person just, I mean, and meanwhile, then you see the trainers, like, there's gorgeous women that are working out. You know, you'll see them working out, and then you see that they're a trainer, and you're like, I get it.
Yeah.
Someone's going to be like, how do I look like that?
Yeah.
You know, and some of the guys are are that way too. What's up with that?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's just a matter of you want to trust someone. So, like, why are you going to pay money and invest into something if, like, they don't practice what they preach?
Right.
I mean, now, don't get me wrong. There's some trainers that are probably, like, retired bodybuilders or retired, you know, whatever they may have done, like, you know, jujitsu or some shit like that. And that's an exception because, like, maybe they got crazy injured and they, you know, couldn't continue working out, but they're still doing it. Like, that's inspirational to me.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a difference between some people that just are like, this is going to be an easy way to make money, and they don't actually, like, do what it is that they're trying to tell these people to do. And that's what's sad too, and that's also why I like corrective exercise, because I feel like all not all trainers. Don't get mad at me. Some trainers, I feel like all they do is copy and paste shit and toss it to people.
100%.
You know, and it's just fucked up because, like, these people are coming to you with, like, money they probably don't have. They're trusting you. Like, as far as they know, you are this good, genuine person, and you're going to do right by them. But half the time, these trainers are just copy and pasting things and just forwarding it to them, probably from their coach, too.
Yeah.
I have seen that hands-on where, like, you know, people took what their coach sent them and then sent it to their clients, you know, their little online clients. And it's sad.
Yeah.
Like, it's just sad. Everyone's different and everyone deserves a different program, you know?
Right.
I've never been one of those trainers that tries to get clients by saying, I have the best workouts. There's no workout that's not a good workout. All of them are amazing. They just all serve different purposes. You know what I'm saying? 100%. I feel like some trainers out there that are a little bit more insecure Or like, well, I'll kick your ass way better than they will. They won't even make you sweat. And like, to me, I don't think they understand how toxic of a mindset that is.
That is super toxic.
You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, that's how a lot of trainers are.
Because it's like, well, how are you going to make them do something that another trainer didn't do?
Or are you listening to them? If they told you their goal is for their knees not to hurt, why are you having them run?
Yeah. Why are you? Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Because it's all about them. That's the problem.
Right. And if someone's like, got shoulder problems, and you're asking them to do dips,
that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't really make much sense. You should probably be working around the injury, right? And not aggravating
and I think
it,
a big part of it too is trainers get insecure at gyms about themselves and their techniques, especially if there's a gym full of other trainers.
Yeah.
And I feel like they'll probably in their mindset think, well, this workout looks really cool, so all these people are going to see me making my client do this, and they're going to want to hire me, or 100%. I can show out in front of all the other trainers. But little do they know, like, their poor client might, suffer because of that.
Yeah.
And so it just goes back to how selfishly some of us can think, which is why, I did get out of certain realms in the fitness world.
So my biggest gripe with trainers, just visually and watching, and John will tell you, my journey, I've benefited mostly from the conversations and what's the plan? How did the week go? That's really what John and I think, do best, at least how it's benefited me. But when I do work out with John, he's excited to be there. We have it's fun. And I've been at I don't want to name names or gyms, but I've been at gyms where it's you're watching the trainer walk around with his little clipboard, and they just seem like
not the clipboard.
It's oh, here we go. All right, we're gonna do it. And you don't see them in it.
They're not engaged.
All right, come on, man.
There.
2 more. Come on.
Yes.
Squeeze that one out, bro. Yeah. You don't see that.
Yeah.
And it's
cookie cutter
what
stuff.
Are you doing?
Yeah.
That person needs to feel like, in my opinion, if this is a product that you're selling or a service you're selling, at the very least, it's like a restaurant. Right? If you go there and everyone there treats you like a rock star, you can't wait to go.
Exactly.
Even if you're not hungry,
Exactly.
And it's I don't know, if you just treat people like you're a cashier at a grocery store.
Yeah.
And they're not even getting, I don't think they're going to get results. What? So again, what do you think is the problem, and what do you think is the solution for that?
Well, and again, that's why I focus on the relationship part of it. But you got to think too long-term wise. Me, I haven't had any other career for the last 10 years other than personal training.
Yeah.
This is the only job I have. I work it Monday through Saturday.
Passion.
And also, though, you got to remember, because sometimes you even lose your passion. You do. But you have to just remember, I don't have passion right now, but I have love for this. And even though it may be hidden, it's going to come back out, and I just need to stay determined. All of my clients, I always say it ain't about motivation, it's about dedication, because you're going to lose that You're going to lose your motivation.
We'll edit that later. We'll make you sound smart.
So count on dedication.
You're exactly right.
But also, when being a trainer, you have to remember, you want these people to stay with you forever. That's how I think of it. I want to make money like this forever. So, why would my clients re-sign with me when their sessions are up if I don't give 2 shits about their life? I'm not engaged with them.
Right.
I don't make them feel good. I don't make them laugh. I don't make them feel happy.
Yeah.
Why would they pay money to me?
Exactly. If you're not adding value to their life, which you clearly are, because they keep coming back, right?
Yes.
So
my longest client has been with me for 5 years.
Oh, wow. That's excellent.
Yes. My longest client has been with me for 5 years.
Wow.
All of the others have been 3 to 2. Okay. I'm blessed.
Oh, wow. That's still a long retention. So Jordan, do you, so I think you had 30 clients.
Yes.
How many are men? How many are women?
I actually have several couple clients, which is super cool. So they work out together.
Okay, cool.
I've got about 5 to 6 couple clients, and then I'd say I've got 6 male clients, and then the rest are females. All different ages. They can range anywhere from the youngest I train right now is 13, and the oldest that I train is 72.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That is a wide range. That's very diverse. And so a question I have for you
I explained to one of my clients the other day that 70 what a situationship was.
what a situationship was?
Yes, because he's divorced and he wants a little gal pal, but he don't want to get married again. And I said, "Oh, so you want a situationship?" And he said, "What's that?" And he learned what a situationship was.
That's
Now, chances are at that age, he's probably looking more for a sugar daddy situation than a situationship. It's probably more possible.
Right. So Jordan, back to like your male clients and your female clients. What do you wish more women understood about strength training?
It's funny because everyone says the same answer for that,
Yeah.
Lifting weights is gonna make you bulky, and I'm even still guilty of that myself. I know that's not always the case, but as a female, it's like you just can't help but fight the urge of thinking it is. And also, I think it just has something to do with body dysmorphia for me,
Yeah.
but also too, like, in some of our defenses, us women, the way that we're built, we might be the kind of women that gain muscle easily. I am one of those. I'm like a brick shit house. I'm 5'1". I gain weight evenly. So if I gain 30 pounds, you're going to notice of it. If I lose 30 pounds, you're going to notice it. And I'm built like my father, which is like a 5-foot Hulk Hogan, and he is, yeah. He looks like Danny DeVito, kind of.
Can we
better.
get a picture of him, like, and then I'll slice it on the overlay on
We'll
the
slice it
episode.
on- yes.
We're gonna overlay her dad. Oh, okay.
But anyways, so I put on muscle very, very easily. So like
Okay.
in my defense, if I am in a surplus of calories and I am lifting weights, I will look bulky. I've actually, as I've said, I really don't do a ton of bodybuilding stuff anymore. I still think it's great, but it's not been my style. Lately, I've been doing a lot of Pilates reformer. I know Pilates, don't even say it. It's great though. I used to talk shit about Pilates until I started doing it.
A lot of people
and I
talk
was
shit
like,
about Pilates.
I
And
know it's rude.
I
It's
get the
hard.
deepest
Have you done
burn.
Brolates? Have you done Brolates? Brolates?
Maybe Brolates. I don't know, but I was on a reformer.
Yep, that's
and
what
I
I
put on
do.
the hardest settings
Yes,
or whatever, and
yes.
I'm like really cranking
It's tough.
these. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm really
it's
doing
tough.
shoulders. It's very
Yes, but it's made my legs and arms look better than weightlifting ever did. And I appreciate it just because, like, I am not getting big, thick muscles because it is focusing on the smaller ones. I do have, like, leaner muscles, as typical as that sounds.
Yeah.
It's just the truth.
Yeah, some
So,
people say like yoga and Pilates will make you strong and long, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
tough.
Because you're stretching.
did you hear that,
Sure.
boys?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Did you hear that, boys?
Like weightlifting.
Now you're listening.
Weightlifting makes you lean and mean, and
Yeah.
yoga, Pilates makes you strong and long. I mean, it kind of makes sense if you think about it.
Interesting.
But yeah, I mean, but I think I feel like don't believe everything that you hear because all of it's right and all of it's wrong. Just take what applies to you and what speaks to you and be happy with it and fucking go for it. I
Yeah.
think we overthink everything way too freaking much. And at the end of the day, who cares if our bicep is not 2 inches bigger after a month of training? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
there's just such bigger things
there
to
really-
be concerned about.
there really is.
It's a blessing that you get to go to the gym in the first place because there's people that can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a big deal that you even just get to go.
It is. Jordan, before we go, I wanted to touch a little bit on anabolics and cycles and stuff like that if you're open to it. So, we interviewed Dave Palumbo a couple months ago. He gave us his take on
I'm gonna
Anavar.
sound so stupid compared to him.
Well, everybody's stupid compared to Dave, right? Dave's the best. We love you, Dave. Yes. Species nutrition. Okay. Dave said.
THC.
Yes. Hey, there we go. Let's get some promos.
This podcast
is
is
that
not-
the Lost Mary?
Yes,
Lost
Mary.
Mary.
It's
Lost
the-
Mary
Bro,
sponsor
it's
us.
the best.
Wait, this podcast is not yet brought to you by Species.
It's not yet, yes, but will be soon. Yes. No, I love it. So Dave said Anavar is just expensive Tic Tacs. What is your opinion on Anavar?
I really liked being on Anavar. The only downfall that I had with Anavar, sorry if this is TMI, but it messed up my periods really bad. And I don't know for sure, because I've never, been seen for it, but I do feel like it messes with my fertility. I do.
Yeah.
I get nervous about that. I really do.
Yeah.
It's just a gut feeling of mine, but I only really had issues with Anavar.
Yeah.
And I have really bad low iron. So, my blood levels are all over the place. But I had to actually stop taking Anavar after probably my third cycle of doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe I just got a really strong batch, but it messed with me pretty bad. Like I would randomly have a period, then I wouldn't, and then I would again,
Yeah.
back to back. It was,
Yeah.
I had to balance my body back out, so that was a little scary.
Yeah.
Made me super strong though.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Did you take it as a pre-workout?
I was told, which I guess everyone says to do it differently, but I was told to do it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach.
Yeah. I was told if you're non-training days, do it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, and then
Training days before as
and
pre-workout.
then as a pre-workout.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
I never tried that.
To be honest, I don't. Sometimes I guess I felt it. Sometimes
I think it's placebo.
It really is because
I do. It's like a dude injecting Tren before his workout.
Yeah,
He's
and I'm
like
just
King
I
Kong.
feel it, and it's because I've done a health phase where I'm not taking anything, and I'll still get amazing pumps.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, there's no reason for this,
Yeah.
right? But so with that being said, what is your favorite anabolic, or what's your favorite cycle or stack? What,
I liked the best when I was on Masterone and Primobolan. I felt I was absolutely my strongest on those two.
Yeah.
I don't ever care to hit PRs. It's just not my vibe. But
Sure.
holy shit, I was lifting when I was on those, and
Yeah.
my shoulders were the biggest they had ever been. My joints felt great. I never got sick. My sex drive was through the roof.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just felt overall good.
Yeah.
I feel like some things can make you feel depressed or whatever and weird, and it can.
Yeah.
But that did not do it.
Yeah.
I felt great on that.
Yeah. Did you take Primo and Masteron on the same
I
cycle?
did.
Okay.
I did.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. My ex, who was real into fitness and did all his research and stuff, he would help me with my dosages. And so
yeah.
he compared it to basically he would give me my shots based off the afterlife of them or something like that.
Depending on the esters,
Yeah.
if it's a long-acting ester,
Yeah.
you inject less.
Mhm.
But if it's a short-acting ester, you have to inject more frequently,
Yes.
like acetate and
Yeah.
So there's some science to it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
It was fabulous.
So Jordan, closing question: where can people find you and work with you?
So I'm in Lebanon. I have my own little studio in Lebanon, Tennessee. My fur baby works with me full time. You will love him. This Sunday, I'm actually doing free Mother Day sessions all day long.
Woo.
So if we get this out before then, any of y'all are welcome to come by my studio in Lebanon. But that's where you'll find me because I'm very much a homebody. I really don't go too many places other than the gym and the dog park. But good old Lebanon, Tennessee.
And Jordan, where can they find you on Instagram?
At Jordan_Hughes with 2 S's, or Facebook. I don't have Snapchat because that's for hoes.
That's right.
And I don't have TikTok because I don't know how to use it.
Okay, so
It's stressful.
Okay, so Jordan on Instagram and Facebook. We'll drop links in the description.
Perfect.
Okay, well, Jordan, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to do this. This has been fun.
Yes.
Yeah, excellent.
I can't wait to talk shit again.
Yeah. All right. Awesome.